morning. We've talked the whole night through.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning. Good morning to you. When the band began to play, the stars were shining bright. Now the milkman's on his way. It's too late to say good night. So good morning. Good morning. Sunbeams will soon smile through. Good morning. Good morning to you
And you and you and you. Good morning. Good morning. We've gabbed the whole night through. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Nothing could be grander than to be in Louisiana in the morning.
In the morning, it's great to stay up late. Good morning. Good morning to
Might be
you.
just as zippy if we was in Mississippi.
When we left the movie show, the future wasn't bright. But came the dawn, the show goes on, and I don't want to say good night.
Don't say good morning.
Good morning.
Rainbows are shining through.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Buenos dias.
Muchas frias.
Buongiorno.
Happy Giorgio.
Good morning.
Breakfast morgan.
Good morning to you.
How about we try it where we're not actually on mute?
Hey, let's
Amazing!
try it.
Isn't it going great so far, guys?
Welcome online.
Welcome, I'm Chu Chu.
And I'm C Sword, and we are your hosts for OHAYO Nagoya. Thank you for joining us for the season premiere and finale of the last ever Chu Chu and C Sword events.
Okay, we were just testing to see if everybody was watching, so thank you so much for those comments. Keep them coming in there. We want to know if you're enjoying the show. Tonight we are here at Chu Chu in wonderful Nagoya with its history and culture. Answer to Shrine Osukanon Temple.
Well, Nagoya has been fun, but now it's time for new experiences.
Amechan, miso katsu, ebi fry.
Yes, that was all very delicious the first, second, 12th time, but after 50 times, I'd like to eat something else.
Reasonable living costs, the convenient transport links.
Yes, people would like to get the hell away.
And with Nagoya's heavy industry, conservative values, and 100-degree summer humidity, who would want to live anywhere else?
So, we've got a great show for you tonight, folks. Travel advice, traffic updates, and hot gossip. We've got it all.
But first of all, we'd like to hear from you, our viewers.
Of course, the burning question dividing opinion right now is, should the Tokyo 2021 Olympics go ahead in this pandemic climate?
That's right. We want to hear from you. So please call 0181531896776120071 for
Hi! Dozo!
0181531896776120072
Chotto muzukashii.
or 01815317761207773 for Remember, calls cost 560 yen a minute. That's only the price of one Starbucks coffee, or just about how much they paid in tax last year.
We are waiting to hear from you.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course, we are all here tonight to say au revoir, sayonara, wisey to dear old Seasword here, who is jetting off around the world for a new life in the old country. But first, she's going to be popping back home to spend some time with family. Oh, are you looking forward to spending some time with your family and seeing some familiar faces?
Well, I'll be seeing everyone's faces, as no one in America has been wearing a mask for months.
America.
Oh, yes. But after a year and a half of not being able to leave Japan, booking my flight home did feel liberating.
Well, you are heading home to the land of the free. Hey, when does that American freedom feeling really kick in?
Oh, the moment of freedom begins from the moment the plane enters the atmosphere above the United States. The national anthem plays, and the entire flight crew passes around Budweisers to everyone, foreigners and citizens, adults and children alike. A small, lone voice in the back begins to chant, but then slowly picks up steam as a wave of patriotism rolls throughout the plane. USA! 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 And then, when you land, a carpet of red, white, and blue is rolled out to welcome you back onto U.S. soil. If you're white, immigration agents will shake your hand with a tear in their eye, just happy that you've chosen to return to the promised land. And then give you a COVID vaccine and a gun and send you out on your way.
Amazing. America. Oh, you'll be looking forward to seeing all of the skyscrapers and the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, I'm going into Detroit, not New York City.
And all those surfer dudes.
That's more California.
The Grand Canyon.
Okay, that's like 2,000 miles away.
And the cowboys and the rodeos and the giant steaks and the huge hair.
Okay, that's Texas. Yeehaw!
Well, do be careful getting to the airport, though. Remember, you need to make sure that you're going to have plenty of time to check in and get your COVID test and then sanitize 50 times, unpack your baggage, repack your baggage, try all of the free samples at duty frees. Don't forget to pick up your matcha Kit Kats, your matcha socks, your matcha scented Pikachu dressed as a takoyaki chopstick cases. That's easy for me to say, for all your friends.
Oh, yes. Anything can be a Japan souvenir if you put matcha in it.
Exactly. Oh, and like little fruit-themed hats that you can strap onto cats' heads to make them really hate you.
Oh, yes, and a tiny food kit for making tiny hamburgers that you think would taste like gummy candy, but actually taste like hamburger-flavored gummy candy.
Oh, and like stickers of promiscuous mascots from all your favorite prefectures. Or, in a pinch, just go along to Daiso with 2,000 yen, pick up a load of crap, and tell all your friends it's #Authentic Japan. Yes, there's lots to do once you get to the airport, so please be sure to plan your route carefully. Here with the situation on the roads, it's our traffic correspondent, Brett Gears.
Over to you, Brett.
Hello and good evening. I'm Brett Gears bringing you the traffic report live from Nagoya. I would like to begin with an apology. Tonight, difficulties have forced us to abandon our usual format of showing you live traffic with witty and insightful commentary. As you can see by the plain green screen behind me, our computers are down, so we won't be able to share videos of drivers signaling at the very last possible second before they turn, parking on sidewalks, and simply turning on their hazard lights in order to magically transform virtually any section of pavement into a supremely convenient personal parking space. Hopefully, we'll have this situation resolved by winter so we can continue our annual Snow Morning series, where we will share with you more videos of motorists and pedestrians trying to navigate around salarymen attempting to smoke cigarettes and drink coffee with one hand, and use the other hand to try to send text messages on 1980s Gattaca smartphones, well, not so smartphones, with the other while holding an umbrella atop their granny's grocery getter mamachari bicycles. Winter is such an interesting and eventful day in Nagoya. Instead, today, we will be focusing on our recent investigation into the traffic congestion problems at the corner of Hirakojidori, and nobody knows the name of that other street. According to our sources, the problem originated with a defective traffic light. In an effort to save some money on the installation of a new light in order to reserve funds for the long-promised restoration of Nagoya Castle, the city decided to purchase a used light that was made in Haiti and appears to have been cursed by a voodoo priestess on her last day at the manufacturing company. Since the light is no longer in use, we arranged to have it delivered to the traffic desk so I could shed some light on the situation. Who writes this stuff? The light was ordered to Japanese standards with a blue light, which appears to be green to most foreigners on the bottom, a yellow light in the middle, and a red light on top. However, when it arrived, it was discovered to have been assembled with the red light on the bottom, the blue-green light in the middle, and the yellow light on top. This presented a few problems. So, as a solution, the light was disassembled and then put back together properly with the blue-green light on the bottom, the yellow light, of course, in the middle, and the red light on top. And everything seemed to be fine until it was installed and plugged in. And when it was switched on, the red light was on the bottom. The blue-green light was in the middle, and the yellow light was on top as it had been received. A second attempt was made to fix the light. It was taken down, disassembled, and carefully reassembled with the blue-green light on the bottom, the yellow light in the middle, and the red light on top. But once again, it was installed, plugged in, turned on, and the problem was obvious. The red light was still on the bottom, the green, blue, green light was still in the middle, and the yellow light was still on top. The city was perplexed. A third and final attempt was made at repairing the light. They were very particular and very careful about putting in the blue-green light at the bottom position. Then the yellow light. And then after some discussion, it was decided that the red light was probably really the issue. So the red light was packaged up by some joker in the shipping department and sent back to Haiti in hopes of receiving a working replacement. Unfortunately, the red light was lost in the mail, presumably somewhere in the United States. The carrier company cited COVID as an excuse for why they lost the light, and COVID, as it turns out, is an acronym for corporate overseers validating idiotic decisions. Oh, de joy. Oddly enough, as it turns out, the city is still stuck with a mysterious voodoo traffic light that has a red light at the bottom, a blue-green light in the middle, and a yellow light on top somewhere. There it is. The project was eventually scrapped, and the decision was made to attempt to handle things a little bit more primitively using a sign. A very simple sign was produced, a one-way sign, the conclusion that you simply cannot have it both ways. To which the Department of Signs and Signals replied, well, why not? There's no reason why you can't have it both ways. You can go this way or this way, and everything should be just fine. So the sign was adjusted, and people were once again very happy and coming and going in their usual haphazard fashion. Unfortunately, there was a malfunction in the sign just at the very moment that things were starting to look up. And as it turned out, things started looking up for quite a while. Almost ridiculously so, and it made problems with the driving. And this strange turn of events got everyone at the Department of Signs and Signals feeling quite down. In fact, they remained quite down for quite a while. Yet a few tried to remain hopeful. So they went through a period of ups and downs that went on for quite a while. And eventually it got to be too much, and so most of them just left. That's right, but they left. And so the city decided to simply take the traffic congestion problem at the corner of Hirakoji and Nobody Knows and hand it over to the local police to take care of. So all's well that ends well. Thank you for tuning into Ohio Nagoya and the Traffic Report, where we'll always try to steer you in the right direction, even if there's a turn for the worst. Who writes this crap? Everybody, thank you very much. I'm Brett Gears reporting live from the traffic desk in Nagoya, wishing you all a great evening. And now, back to the studio.
Thank you so much, Brett. Don't give up your day job.
Oh, thank you, Brett. Thank you. I really needed to know this traffic advice. Oh man, it's really useful to know what the traffic's up to when you're driving around
That was
Nagoya.
the cue.
Say, Chu Chu, do you have a car?
A car? Me? No, I've just got one of those, Mama Charon bicycles with a huge basket and a big belt. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh,
ding.
that's nice. Would you like a car?
Oh, I'm not sure I could squeeze a car into the bicycle parking space in my apartment building, huh?
Well, I wonder if anybody out there, would you like a car? Because you see, I've got this great car, 2006 silver Toyota Prius. It's only got 99,000 kilometers on it. And I'd really, really like to sell it in like the next 3 days. So would anybody here like a car? Let's see. Do I hear 10 mon and 10 mon. Let me hear 10 mon, 15 mon, 15 mon. Here 15. Oh, okay. 20 mon, 20 mon, 20 mon, 25 mon, 25 mon, 25. Do I hear 30 mon? Do I hear 30?
See, so calm down. Honestly, you're really good at that. You've got
I don't know
quite a knack.
I don't know what came over me. I think it just runs in my genes. You see, my grandfather was a famous auctioneer,
Famous auctioneer?
Yeah, true story. Actually, he once did a horse auction for the Queen of England.
The queen? That's my queen.
Yes, your queen. You know her.
Yeah. She never mentioned this.
Yeah, way back decades ago. She was taking a little trip around the United States, and she decided she wanted to see a proper horse auction. So they called up my grandfather to do a fake horse auction for the Queen of England.
A fake horse? Why was he trying to sell the Queen of England a fake horse? I mean, she's got plenty of real ones,
No. Real horses.
She's got
fake
all the
auction.
horses, all of the swans. Anyway, did she have Prince Andrew with her? He spent a lot of time in the States chasing the fillies, but a pack of wild horses couldn't drag him back there these days.
Well, with the hot gossip to remind us who it is we're still allowed to like, it's Amechan. Over to you, Amechan.
I think Faith is gonna do something first.
Hey, and it's back to us live in the studio. All right, I guess guess we'll hear back from Amechan in a bit.
Okay, things are going absolutely swimmingly this evening. Oh, so we're all here because, of course, we are saying goodbye to Seasword. She's going to be leaving Japan in the next couple of weeks. So, what are you going to miss the most about living in Nagoya?
Well, I'm definitely going to miss living in Japan.
Japan.
Nowhere else on earth has perfected the karaoke experience in the way that they have in Japan. I mean, why would you go to a bar and listen to one woman sing Patsy Cline when you can pack 10 of your closest friends into one small room while you all drunkenly shout the words to Living on a Prayer all at the same time in different keys?
Yeah, why would anyone want to watch us attempt to sing? Anyway, don't forget, anyone can sing if they hold a microphone.
That's the spirit. But you know, I'll especially miss going to onsen. Oh, there's nothing as invigorating as warm baths, saunas, and stripping off naked in front of some elderly ladies who somehow have way more smooth and glowing skin than I do, and can still bend over and touch their toes, and frequently do for some reason. How about you, May? Do you onsen much?
Oh yes, I love the public baths, me. Especially the outdoors one at Surumai Park.
I didn't know there was a bath at Surumai Park.
Yeah. It's free, and usually there's nobody else in. You can just like paddle around, squidge the mud between your toes, or the koi carp just like nibble at your feet. It's so relaxing.
No, May. I think that's just the fish pond. You're not really supposed to go in.
Oh, well then, no. I don't go to onsen, apparently. Not fancy enough.
Well, here to talk to us about some more authentic Japanese experiences, it's time to introduce our Japan travel and tourism correspondent, Roddy Ramsbottom. Over to you, Roddy. Any moment, Roddy.
We're waiting for your tips, Roddy.
Hello there, everybody. Some technical hitch, sorry about that. We're now live. Thank you, Seasword, for the introduction there. This is Roddy Ramsbottom with the latest news from Japan. First of all, a word from our sponsors, the Japan Travel Group. Have you ever wanted to experience authentic Japan? All of the images that you associate with authentic Japan, alluring geisha, wise karate masters, spiritual journeys to mountaintop temples, the Blade Runner-esque neon streets of Tokyo, and more. Their expert tour guides will be able to show you the true face of Japan, the authentic Japan that tourists rarely see. Only with Japan Travel Group, 100% authentic Japan. Now for the news. This weekend, Japan's national mascot contest will be held in the city of Inaka, Chiba. This contest will select the finest mascots from across Japan. And this year, the 3 finalists are, let's see if our graphics department can bring them up. Here we are. Oh no, the graphics department's having some issues here. Oh, the graphics department is not doing well with us at all. I believe we are now showing them. This is Hyogo-chan and Sarah-chan. They are reformed criminal penguins that will cheer on ex-prisoners who are trying to reintegrate into society. Very commendable. Next, we have Umberto. Umberto is a philosophical, large white turd that is the mascot of the Yokohama Feces Museum. And finally, we have Coronon, a pink cat that raises awareness of the coronavirus. Again, a very societally aware cat there. Thank you, Coronon. And back to me, I think. Yes, there we go. As long-time viewers will doubtless remember, last year's winner was Onyodo, an anthropomorphic fluffy onion that is the mascot of Kama Ohoru, Hokkaido. However, Onyodo will no longer be eligible this year after a 3-hour-long dance event in 40-degree heat last summer, which caused the person inside to die of heat stroke. Authentic Japan. In the world of sports, in a desperate attempt to drum up support for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, Japan has persuaded the IOC to accept pachinko as a new Olympic sport. This last-minute addition has increased Japan's chances of winning a gold medal by 95%, as no other country in the world has the slightest interest in pachinko. For our overseas visitors, pachinko is a popular alternative in Japan to spending quality time with one's family, exercising, or any form of constructive hobby. This form of totally not gambling sees players use blatantly rigged machines to shoot tiny balls into slots, where they might be able to win some trifling prize and stave off despair for yet another day. Authentic Japan. Now, in the crime section, Japanese police have prepared a multiple question and answer form to aid in faster processing of suspects. The form asks, firstly, did you commit this crime, X crime? To which the responses are A, yes, B, no, or C, I was drunk and I do not remember. The further form goes on to ask, for those who answered A, yes, what was your motive? Suspects can then choose between A, I was stressed because of work. B, I lost my temper but I did not mean to kill them. Or C, I became annoyed when she rejected my advances. But for foreign residents of Japan, there is an even more simple and streamlined process. The form simply reads, I am guilty of all charges and has a checkbox. Authentic Japan. And finally, the police in Tokyo have arrested a woman for concealing the corpse of her dead mother in their shared apartment for over 10 years. The suspect stated that the lease was in the mother's name and she wanted to continue living in the apartment. Therefore, when her mother died 10 years ago, the daughter bought a fridge and simply hid the body inside. Apparently, it is simpler in Japan to live with a dead body for a decade than just to call the landlord and negotiate a change in the lease. Experts have put the number of people currently living with a dead relative in their apartment at roughly 207. Authentic Japan. And that is the news roundup from Japan, and back to the studio.
Seesaw, are you living with a dead body in your apartment?
I can't say that I'm one of those 207 people.
You never know, though. Check your closets, guys.
You really never know. And to let us know who else has some skeletons in the closet, it's over to Amechan with the hot gossip. Over to you, Amechan.
You've done something that you regret, or maybe it came bad after your death. No matter how obscene or how great, we'll make you great again with Amechan.
Hey y'all, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode of Make You Great Again! It's a segment where I talk to famous historical figures who have been canceled posthumously and listen to their side of the story and see if they'll be able to go back and rest in uncanceled peace. And sorry for the thing a moment ago. Yeah, my vessel was totally freaking out, but it's only because another vessel had a problem, yada, yada, yada. So let's welcome our first guest. We're starting off with someone a little controversial, because you gave her prizes, you built a cathedral in her name. But now you're like, I have mixed feelings about her. It's Mother Teresa! Hey girl.
Hello, Ame. I'm so happy to be here.
Happy to have you, Terry. Can I call you Terry?
I prefer Mother Teresa, but call me as you will.
Okay, let's get down to business. We're running out of time here. You are known for your selfless actions and charity and good work.
Yes, of course.
And would you like to tell us about that?
Oh, yes, of course. I did it all in the name of the Almighty God. Hallelujah.
But like, if you had only done good things in life, you wouldn't be here though.
I'm not sure what you mean, Ame. I did everything to help the needy, the injured, the elderly, the sick and starving children.
But like, you also wouldn't give injured people any pain medicine though. Like, you thought their suffering would make them closer to Christ, whatever that means.
Yes, indeed. I was doing what was best for their immortal souls. Would you rather them burn in hell for eternity? Pain means Jesus is near you. Suffering is an opportunity to share in the passion of Christ.
See, I think that attitude alone makes you qualified to be burned in hell, lady. So, like, did you get to heaven after all the good stuff you did?
But pain is like kisses from Jesus.
Fine, I'll play along. Let's talk about that time that you treated your own heart condition with Western medicine. But wasn't pain like kisses from Jesus for you too?
That was different, Ame. I had to stay in top physical condition to continue God's mission for me to help the poor. I raised millions of dollars for the poor.
But like, most of your facilities were in like horrible condition. Like, the conditions were compared to like Hitler's concentration camps. Hitler's concentration camps.
Okay. You don't have to shout. I heard you the first time.
Thank you. Yeah, and you also like reused needles that you didn't bother to sterilize. Can you explain those things, Terry? Oh wait, you preferred Mother Teresa, right? Is that even your real name though?
Yeah.
It's the name God gave to me. There were so many patients. We didn't have enough money to make every facility nice and fancy. We had to focus on helping as many people as possible. And there was no need to sterilize the needles. The patients they were going to die anyway. We were just there to ensure that they were shown the path to Jesus Christ and accepted him as their Lord and Savior before it was too late.
You know what? Objection! I can't keep listening to your contradictory justification, okay? So let's move on to something else. You were, and I assume still are, anti-choice?
Abortion is an abomination to God. A woman must birth her child, no matter what the circumstances. It's God's will.
Mm-hmm. And what are your thoughts on contraception?
I think it's immensely immoral and should have never been invented.
Yeah, we call that anti-choice. You can't like choose if you don't have options, can you?
It's not up to her, but up to God, whether she will conceive or not. If she does not want to get pregnant, she should not engage in sexual acts, especially not outside of the sanctity of marriage. A woman should be happy to receive a blessing of a child from our Lord and Savior.
But like, what about those who are raped or like who can't feed their children? And also for the record, y'all, like not all women can get pregnant and not all pregnant people are women.
Okay, the children will still be born of God's will. It simply cannot be helped.
Wow. So like basically you don't give a shit about like the poor and only care about forcing your religion on others? You. Oh, well, you also like making money, I guess. I heard you made hundreds of millions of dollars for like the poor, but they actually like went to your bank accounts.
I had to give money to the church. The Catholic Church can save what is most important, their immortal souls. I was guaranteeing that they would be saved not just in this life, Ame, but also in the next.
You know what? Whatever you say, Terry. You've got like 1 minute left, so do you have any last words to try and redeem yourself?
I did all I did in the name of God, whether your feeble minds can understand that or not. I helped the sick and the dying. I provided shelter for those in need. I built hospices and schools. People have been inspired to take up humanitarian causes because of my charitable work. I was awarded many accolades, including the Nobel Peace Prize, and even made a saint, Saint Teresa, by the Catholic Church. And most importantly, more people have been converted to the one true religion, Christianity, Catholicism, thanks to me and my generous work.
I think you're forgetting the part where you like baptize people on their deathbeds against their will. So, anyway, thank you. Audience, what do you think? Well, there you have it, Terry. Our audience has spoken, and like honestly, I strongly agree. Mother Teresa, you are still canceled.
What? What is wrong with you, heathens? I'm Mother Teresa. You can't do this to me.
Someone mute her. Thank you. And I am the goddess of partying. Just wanted to let you know that. It has sucked to meet you. We'll be back soon, folks. And we have 2 more to go. So right now, I'm going to send this back to the studio. May Chu Chu.
Wow, Teresa is a mother out of looker, hey?
Oh, yeah. Well, if anyone else feels like they need a palate cleanser for the soul, it's time for the musings of Professor Johan P. Enguine. Over to you, Prof.
Well. Welcome, one and all, to a spot of philosophy. With me, your Professor Johan P. Enguine. I say philosophy, more perhaps musings that I hope do not become confusing. We shall see. There's this phrase that's been rolling around in my noggin, boggling me with every waking moment. It's a very old piece of Japanese wisdom. I do live in Japan, of course, as you all know. It goes something like this. Watashi no hovercraft wa unagi de mitsutawete imasu. In English, loose translation would be, my hovercraft is full of eels. To be fair, not a great deal to rhyme with, but I'm sure, given time, one could devise something sufficiently pithy. This morsel of Japanese wisdom really resonated with me. Indeed, in any country, in any kingdom, are we not all hovercrafting through life, floating about on a sea of strife? And are we not all eels, writhing and wriggling and striving. Knots in our bellies for fear of being jellied. Perhaps my attempts to enlighten are they're in vain. Look, I can imagine all of you. I can see you in my mind's eye, dragging your knuckles upon the floor. So I'll make it plain. We are hovercrafts. Our life is the sea. And what goes on inside of us? Well, it's chaos. We might as well all be full of eels. Now, in closing, consider the purple monkey dishwasher. A colorful monkey who washes dishes. A dishwasher so particular in its specifics that only washes purple monkeys. Perhaps a dishwasher that is itself purple and washes only monkeys. Until we meet again, a worm for your brain. Or philosophical nonsense. Wisdom sludge. You be the judge. Blow. Time is up. On with the show.
Thank you for those mind-bending messages, Professor.
Yes, indeed. I'll be thinking about those for a while. And now, it's time for a commercial break.
Commercial break already? We've only just started. Honestly, you Americans have hardly any concentration span.
Okay, I mean, we've had like 40 minutes of high-quality entertainment already. I'm exhausted, and I'm eager to learn what products I need in my life.
Products? I thought this was a publicly funded broadcast.
Oh.
Do we have sponsors?
Yes. I mean, today's show is brought to you by booze in a mug. For when you're trying to hide from your coworkers on Zoom that you're drinking at 10 a.m. Booze in a mug.
Other drinks are available.
You too. For when the global pandemic forces you online at the last minute. You too.
Other live stream services are available.
And the city of Nagoya. For when you really just can't get anywhere else. The city of Nagoya.
Other cities are
I keep trying to tell you.
Oh, she got me.
All right, we'll be back after these messages.
Hi there. Hello. I see by your search history that you're thinking of visiting the UK. Great news! Now that everyone in the UK has been implanted with their new 5G microchip vaccine, you'll be needing this. The new combination tracking parasol umbrella, iCasa. In addition to protecting you from the elements, iCasa lights up like Canal Street on a Saturday night when you pass someone who's single. Go on, girl, go get them. Stay alert though. It'll change to a different colour if you've already had relations. There's another colour if that person has voted for the Conservative Party, and another if they're a registered sex offender, and more. Equipped with a speaker, it'll respond to catcalls and racist slurs.
Alright, love. Fuck off! I voted Brexit to keep you lot out. Fuck off! Fuck off!
iCasa protects you from the rain, the sun, loneliness, and the British. On sale now in all good international airports.
Wow, I really need to get me one of those umbrellas.
But you know what I need even more? The loo. So let's take a quick 10-minute break.
See you soon. Over to you, Spotify.
when I blast with the tank. Going full for the neck, on the fast to the wake. No city, not my city, chitty, chitty, bang, bang. Looking pretty when I make the cold stain. Got a bowl in your dome when I jolt down your block. They just fold, then they bang with the carpet in the pop. But they carbon when they copy, doing shit sloppy. Fuck your operation, see the doctor is talking. Frankenstein, the pie up in the Alpines, making money, my on that divine time. Run it to me, I'm a killer cattle. Go ahead and flip it when the CBP gon' tackle. The CBD won't battle like EDC gon' rattle. They sleeping with the apple, I never see the gavel. Remy test at the end of the day, moving lawless. Gotta get my practice, gotta get the blade and polish. Don't pertain with Paula, trippy scholar. Taking time, a break from my Megala. They just trying to kill me and contain me. They wanna beat me, rearrange and getting angry. Good luck, play tough, play tough. If you wanna fight in the fight, fight tough. Good luck, play tough, play tough. If you wanna fight in the fight, get the blade and polish.
Don't stay down away from my throne, my crown, my lady. Don't stay down away from my throne, my crown, my lady.
And it's time to return to your hosts, May Chu Chu and Seasword. Stuck home on a Saturday and don't know what to do. Ohio Nagoya, here to entertain and inform you.
Yes, welcome back to Ohio Nagoya. Seasword and May Chu Chu are here with our fingers on the pulse, bringing you all the hot takes and updates.
Yes, we had some great correspondence and updates in our first act, but we are, of course, here tonight. We are, of course, here tonight to say goodbye to Seasword as well. But first, before we move on, we need to catch up with the latest on our phone poll.
Yes,
So,
should the Tokyo 2021 Olympics go ahead in this pandemic climate?
we've had a couple of calls for dozo and a few more for chotto muzukashii, but a whopping 98% of our callers are saying a whole lot of Anyway, there's still 10 minutes to go, so do keep those calls coming on in. All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching Ohio Nagoya. Ohio, good morning, but it is a sayonara show. We are here to bid a fond farewell to Seasword. She's heading off around the world. Wow, you must have an awful lot of stuff to get ready. How's the packing going?
Oh God, I've just got too much stuff. I'm worried I'm gonna have to throw it all away. But you know, after 4 years, I still haven't quite figured out the trash disposal schedule in our apartment building. Could you actually help? Could you help me read this?
Oh yes. I'll do my best. Hang on. Let me have a look. Oh wait. Oh, that's a heavy tome. This one. Okay. Let's see. It's straightforward, really. See here. Burnables are collected twice a week on a Monday and a Thursday, unless it's a public holiday, and then it's the day after, unless that's also a public holiday, and then it's the day before.
Oh, burnables like paper, because I've got stacks of rough drafts of this sketch lying around.
No, silly, that's recyclable. Burnables is like, food waste and tissues, or that old armchair that you just hacked up really, really, really small.
Yeah, I guess anything can be burnable if you get it hot enough.
Science. Now, non-burnables, like broken pottery or shattered pieces of samurai swords, that's every other Wednesday if it's an even-numbered day of the month.
Oh, yeah, except in years when it's a multiple of 3 in the lunar calendar.
Exactly. Oh, now, regular plastics, they're collected on the 3rd Tuesdays of months that start with letters from the first 2 columns of the hiragana alphabet, and the 5th Tuesday, if there is one.
Okay, well, let's see. Glass jars need to be cleaned out and then arranged in size order on the north side of the nearest block, which has a postcode that adds up to a multiple of 7 on nights when there's a crescent moon and Jupiter is in the ascension.
Exactly. Although I just usually sneak out at 2 a.m. and bury them in the park.
Okay, pet bottles. Wash them and put them under your pillow, and then the recycling fairies will spirit them away in the night.
Exactly. Oh, aluminium cans, just leave them in any clear plastic bag, and an old man in flip-flops will take them away on his bicycle.
Okay, what about aluminum cans?
Don't know. Why don't you ask the lieutenant to come and get them?
Okay, what about furniture?
Okay, furniture. Now, you just need to put furniture on those Facebook secondhand pages marked free. Some gaijin with a truck will be outside your door before you can say, gimme.
Well, talking of getting trashed, it's over to Amechan. Over to you, Amechan.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Make You Great Again. And we're gonna move on to talk to this recently canceled historical figure who was glorified, but then you read his diaries and now you're like, we're gonna cancel him. It's Christopher Columbus! Yeah, people hate you.
Is my camera working? Why is no one cheering? No one's cheering. Okay, very strange.
Well, anyway, welcome, Fairy. Can I call you Fairy?
Did you just call me a furry?
I mean,
I assure you, I am a man, and you can call me by my name, Christopher Colombo.
The furry part is your words, not mine, but like no judgments here. And Cristoforo Colombo, I'm just gonna let you know that everybody knows you as Christopher Columbus.
Then why did you not call me by that name? Or even better, by my title, Admiral of this Ocean Sea, Christopher Columbus.
See, I am actually calling you by that name, but only like kinda. Because like I call everyone by their nicknames.
Nicknames?
Mm-hmm.
How on earth did Christopher become...
Well, if you think about it, it's Christopher on a ferry. See? Well, it wasn't a ferry, I know. But like, I didn't think you'd want to be called Ship the Fur.
What is wrong in your head, woman?
Not a woman, I'm a deity.
You know what? Whatever you claim you are, I will be the bigger man. You can call me whatever that was. I will just correct this to ensure the public is correctly informed. Let me see.
There you are, fairy.
Yes.
So,
I can add my right here. And
come on.
There you go. Yes.
I'm still gonna call you fairy.
And I will correct you. Admiral Columbus.
Fine. Anyway, let's just go in and talk about your actions. In your own words, what did you do in your time?
What did I do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, you must have heard of my many accomplishments. My very being represents the age of discovery.
You mean the discovery of the continent that other people were already living in? Like, you know, Native Americans, the Inuit, among others?
It's much more nuanced than that, woman.
Not a woman.
You know, I will let you know that even if other Europeans had been there before...
Leave Erickson just saying.
I was the first to initiate long-lasting and meaningful trade between the old world and the new world.
You, like, want credit for the Atlantic slave trade?
Credit where credit is due.
You know what? This connects us to my second question anyway. So, what do you think got you canceled? And remember, like, you're not exactly a hero anymore.
If I had to guess, I personally think this was a very good improvisation. But I'm guessing the Jamaicans finally realized that I fooled their ancestors into provisioning my crew using a lunar eclipse back in 1504.
You're serious, and I'm very concerned. Well, putting that aside, you were actually canceled because of your brutality towards and also the population of Native Americans.
So you're saying I'm a mass murderer, no?
Oh, kind
I
of.
assure you, I never killed anyone.
Didn't you, like, you know, order them though?
Exactamente. Now you get it.
I don't think you do, though.
Now, did my crew get a bit rowdy? Sí, obviamente. They were a bit excited. We had just discovered the New World, and after months at sea, you know... Did they accidentally kill some natives? Es posible. These things, they happen. But a few thousand lives are bound to be lost in the thrill of adventure.
But like, exactly. You also like spreaded diseases.
See, claro, it gets cold at night in the tropical rainforest. But how was I supposed to know that their immune systems would be inferior? A disease blanket or two would never hurt good Spanish stock.
You know what? It's getting kind of not dark and muddy here. And I also just talked to Mother Teresa. Ugh, very bad idea. Anyway, I'm just gonna move on and talk about how you suck at directions.
Blasphemy! I completed 4 voyages. 4 voyages across the Atlantic Ocean.
See, very, like...
Admiral Columbus.
You insisted it was Asia until you died. But, like, you also referred to it as, like, the New World. So, like, get your story straight, got it?
What would you have me do? Admit I screwed up my calculations and die a fool? No. I had to stand my ground.
Your logic's like so twisted. And also like you called the general area around the Caribbean Sea the West Indies.
Claro, so it wouldn't get confused with the East Indies. Also, I went west, no?
Do you realize how much explanations nerds had to write on like several Wikipedia pages to explain your weird logic?
Yeah.
I didn't order them to do so, did I?
You know, I really want to say you're hopeless, but that's not the point here at Make You Great Again. So let's move on and tell me what you want to do to redeem yourself, if that's possible. And also keep in mind that you are simply borrowing this person's body for 2 more minutes.
I could make babies to make up for the death.
I don't recommend it. You just get double canceled.
Perhaps I could give you some of my gold.
Your descendants probably like grew through it though. I mean, it's been like half a millennium.
Are there any suggestions in the comments?
I mean, like I said, you're not exactly a hero anymore.
Fine. What about letting me do my time?
So you could like plead with a court and then persuade them to fund your next voyage again.
Mi corazón. Ha! Hey, I only spoke my truth to the royal couple, who were very sensible.
Okay. Anything else, Barry?
Admiral Columbus, what about this? I'll tell you where the rest of my generals are.
Ooh, seems nobody wants that anymore.
Okay, how about
Before, Ferry, before you suggest more ideas, let me give you a quick test. Can you tell me what you see in this picture?
Those are clearly fellow human beings.
Very sus, but I'll let it slide. What were you gonna say?
I could host a comedy segment, like you.
I don't know. Maybe you can ask the audience.
Hey. Calm down. I'm just brainstorming here.
We're not running out of time, Fairy.
Admiral Columbus. And I don't know. I don't
You know what?
know.
All right, time's up. You're hopeless. Time's up. I'm just gonna say it. You're officially still canceled.
Fine. I gave it my best shot.
Well, thank you for coming at least. Ugh. I can't even, y'all. Like, these are he's just so mean. Anyway, we're gonna take another break from Make You Great Again. So tune in for our last guest in a bit. I am thinking maybe like 20 minutes later. Got it? So back to you, studio / me Chu Chu / sea sword.
Yes, news just in. As cases continue to rise, the International Olympic Committee has just announced that some of the Olympic events have been adapted to the new COVID-riddled landscape.
Yes, spectators can now enjoy events such as sanitary handball, where slathering your hands in alcohol gel between each throw makes the game all the more challenging. Ugh.
And socially distanced sumo. Participants remain at opposite sides of the ring and points are awarded for the best grunting and slapping of one's own flag.
Exactly. Or how about trying hotel rappelling? With a rope made of towels tied together, quarantiners race to secretly scale the walls of their hotel rooms at night to nip out for a pint.
The particularly daring can try bicycle slalom hazard marathon commute. Along with everyone else who's too scared to take the crowded subway, participants cycle race 26 miles across Tokyo, avoiding the traffic, pedestrians staring only at their phones, gaijin on Mario Karts, and nationalist vans blaring out jingoistic anthems.
And those with an eye for a target should get their hands on a Javaxilin. Nurses hurl the vaccine needles into the patient from a distance, receiving points based on how accurately they hit a major vein.
The same scoring applies to Vax Archery.
We can't wait to see these new events. You know, London had the Olympic Games about 10 years back. You know, they can really help to put a city on the map. No one had even heard of London until 2012.
That's true. Like many places, though, the city is somewhat unrecognizable now thanks to the past year. Here to give us the 1-year update on life in London during a pandemic, it's Luci Furr. Over to you, Luci.
Hi, world! I'm Miss Luci Furr, a semi-functioning alcoholic, unconfirmed sexual predator, entirely controlled by the voices in my head. I've taken some time away from my dungeon full of hot men to bring you on a gusset-ripping tour of post-pandemic, pre-apocalyptic London. But what is London, you ask? Well, London is the only city in the UK, a country divided into the North, Dragons, Mel Gibson, and Seaside. London itself is divided into 6 travel zones radiating out from the centre. Or it could be 9 travel, 10 travels. They're always adding more and more and more travel zones because they want you to think everything is within commutable distance. Oh, it's not that far. It's commutable distance. Only zone 5. It's not commutable distance. It's fucking Mordor. Remember, even if you do live close to your work, it can still take you 4 hours to get home due to broken down trains, broken down buses, unspecified suspicious delays, and Transport for London just not giving a shit about you. Occasionally, we have a tube strike in London, which means everyone has to leave work early, run to the station, and grab a tube before all transport ceases. You may have seen the famous Hollywood film about a London tube strike, heavily adapted for an American audience, called The Purge. Which brings me to crime. London is a relatively safe city when compared with Damascus or Tijuana. The East End of London used to be particularly famed for its crime, and criminals from that area who are very well known include Jack the Ripper, the Krays, and gangs of teenagers who like to stab each other. My top tip for avoiding crime in London is don't join a gang of teenagers who like to stab each other. Also, you may have noticed that I am wearing my gang colours. This is increasingly popular in London now as we proceed towards the end of days. You must wear the colours of your favourite tube lines on your face to gain entry to the station. This is why I'm wearing red for the Central line, blue for the Victoria line, and black for the Northern line. Although this is just where someone with dirty fingers clawed down my face. London is a multicultural city, and now it's opening up again. You will have access to sports, arts, food, drink, and hot toddy from across the globe. London is also very well placed for travel, including European mini breaks. If you haven't downed a bottle of whiskey, snorted a line of over-the-counter pain medication, and hopped on a random EasyJet, is it even Friday? But the best thing about London is its people. Initially cold, sarcastic, unwelcoming and unfriendly, in as little as 20 years, a Londoner may let their guard down and then become your best friend. Londoners consistently vote for liberal left-leaning policies, proving we do care about our fellow man. We just want him to keep the fuck out of our way. It is my very great pleasure to welcome you to the bustling, thriving, stinking, whore-ridden metropolis that is London. And if you have any questions about London, I'd be delighted to answer them. With lies!
Wow! All of that sounds great! I can't wait to get there!
Yeah, I mean, don't we all wish we could just prance away to London? But then we don't all have a wonderful career and a posh new job to get to, do we?
Okay, right. So if you don't want me to leave for my posh new job, just see if you can't find me a new one right here in Nagoya.
Oh, okay. So, what are your passions? You know, they say that if you have a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life. So, what do you love? Give me 3 things.
Okay. Well, my houseplants, particularly the ones that are difficult to kill. I've been getting really into postmodern poetry these days, and soft lighting.
Okay. Soft lighting, houseplants. Well, I think your glamour modelling days are over, but have you ever thought of being a plant therapist?
Oh, like helping people to cope with trauma or grief through mindful gardening?
Mindful gardening?
Yes, anything can be self-care if you put the word mindful in front of it.
That is true. Anyway, I meant you could be a therapist for the plants themselves. You're such a caring person.
Do houseplants need therapy?
Oh, yes, especially in these times, of all times. Everyone has filled their houses with new plants during the lockdown, but now they're going back to socializing and business trips and just abandoning them.
Oh, you're right. I could start a plant rescue center or go check in on the homes of people who are now away on business trips again.
Exactly. There's a lot of lonely plants out there, and you can share your favorite postmodern poetry with them to distract them from the futility of existence.
Oh, yes, they'll be shaking their stems at the constructual concept of reality in no time.
Exactly. And the advantage is, if a plant does die on you, you can always just sneak out and buy a new one before the owner gets home.
It's much harder to do that with the dog.
Although not impossible.
Okay, well, talking of life tips, now it's time for more musings from our favorite professor. Over to you, Johan.
Stupendous to be back. But I'm sorry to say that I'm on the attack. You see, all this talk of nature, plants, animals, it's got me perplexed. I'd very much like to share with you all my philosophy of the birds and the trees, the animals and the bees. Something like this. They can't bloody well be trusted. Cows? Can't be trusted. Have you ever strolled through a field? Seen the way they stare? It's enough to make one's hair stand on end. I mean, what are they planning? Perhaps revenge for all the milk we've pilfered. In their mournful moves, a code they've cracked would tell us that indeed, in regards to milk, the cows want it back. You mark my words. Pandas can't be trusted. Black and white, dark and light, pick a side. They play the cuddly, chubby, lazy card. It's all a facade. You watch. When it comes down to it, the pandas won't live and let live. All that bamboo they eat will no doubt be sharpened into panda shivs. Spiders can't be trusted. They're not even insects. Watch them scuttle and plot. Arachnids with a score to set. In battle, they will side with the insects. 8 eyes means there's nowhere to hide. 8 legs, 8 guns. Not fun. Spider traitors make us human slaves. House cats can't be trusted. Those tiny lions are up to no good. Patrolling around the hood, sharing the deepest of their domestic overseas secrets. Ninja hiding in plain sight. Kisses and jelly bean paws on a dime, replaced with hisses and claws. Dogs can't be trusted. You think they're your friend? Come now. Ever wondered why they sniff each other's rear ends? That's right. Bum messages. To share info in the dead of night. Give you a lick? Affection? No. Their saliva, it'll mind control ya. Make you part of the belly rub club. Elephants can't be trusted. You should certainly fret. For the elephant, he does not forgive. And he does not forget. All of these animals will betray the human race. Except perhaps for the rhinoceros. As we were led to believe, a creature as pure as the unicorn was too preposterous to exist. But consider this. Perhaps the beauty and purity is inside. Quite easy to miss. So, make haste. Trust us, or more specifically, me. Your Professor of Philosophy, J.P. Enguine. Thank you. It's Been a pleasure. Quite wonderful. Now, I will continue my drink and love you, leave you, and say, on with the show.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to the last part of Make You Great Again. We're gonna move on to that famous ruler of the Nile. You know her, you loved her, but now you're like judging her a little bit. It's Cleopatra! Hey girl, welcome Patty. Can I call you Patty?
I mean, yeah, but I prefer goddess.
I'm gonna go with Patty. Anyway, Patty, you've been admired and loved and fantasized about and all that, but and that's been going on for like thousands of years. And I want to start with what your life was like.
Oh boy, where to start? I was told I'm quite famous, so I'd like to know what other people know about me first.
Well, it's kind of depressing. Like, a lot of people see you as this scarlet woman who relied only on her, like, looks and skills in bed and seducing skills to, like, get what she wants.
Gods! I knew the cowards of the Roman Empire would probably taint my name, but that's really far from what happened. Also, for the record, I would be mistaken for any other woman without my crown.
So, like, you had average looks and all of it was like a smear campaign?
Exactly! And it was full of crap! I won't go into details, but everything I did for my kingdom. The truth might be hidden, but it will still be the truth.
This sounds familiar, and I'm a little concerned. Anyway, the public is starting to bring up your, how should I say this? Questionable life choices. Like, the people of today are not really feeling the whole marrying your brothers thing. What do you have to say about that?
Look, Anna, you have to understand that back in my day, marrying your siblings was the norm. Hell, if you were royalty like I was, it was pretty much expected. We had to keep the bloodlines as pure as possible. It's not like I wanted to marry my brothers. I had no choice.
I mean, just so you know, the only reason I'm not royalty is that because I'm already literally divine. But like, we're here to talk about you.
I'm also divine. Are you familiar with Isis?
Not exactly in the way you want me to. Also, you might not want to be associated with that in today's times. We're going off track here, so let's move on. To recap, you didn't really want to marry your brothers, but had no choice.
Yes, that's right.
I see. It wasn't your life choice, might be. What about the fact that you ended up betraying one of your brothers and your little sister, who was only like 11.5 to 12 years old at the time?
Half sister. And they betrayed me first. Especially that little devil Arsinoe. Ptolemy the 13th was just a coward. Look, you have to understand. Evil, as well as good, both seek to advance the great plan. I was just doing my part.
Did you have to send assassins to kill her a decade later though?
Well, technically I only suggested the idea to Marcus, who then acted on it. But who was to blame him? Arsinoe was always plotting civil wars. The empire would have been destroyed.
Your empire was taken over anyway though, after, your passing. Sorry about that, by the way.
Thank you. But things were complicated. You wouldn't understand.
You should meet my bestie. Anyway, what about your younger brother and second husband, Ptolemy the 14th? I heard that you were the one that poisoned him.
More lies spread by Rome. I did no such thing.
Okay. The Romans really hated you, didn't they? Do you think it's because you like boned their leader and then like used him as political pawn?
Well, possible. I heard Caesar didn't pass well.
Yeah, it was rather brutal. All right, it looks like we're running out of time again, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really have anything to cancel you for, but like just to keep with our format. Don't get excited, audience. Please, Patty, tell our audience why you think you should be uncancelled.
I was a brilliant tactician and political mastermind. I did all I could to protect a declining Egypt that had suffered from generations of bad rulers before me. I was the first in generations of the Ptolemy dynasty to learn Egyptian. Most of my ancestors only spoke Greek. I also spoke over 5 languages fluently. I provided the first political stability Egypt had known for a while.
Yeah!
Thank you. I tried to re-establish Egyptian independence, although I did fail. Still, I think that all of my efforts and accomplishments should not be discounted.
Well, you've convinced me. But let's see what our audience has to say. What do y'all think? Should we uncancel her? Should we make her great again?
Thank you. I love you all.
Well, our audience is spoken, and that means you, Cleopatra, aka Patty, are officially uncancelled! Congratulations, you deserve it!
I'd like to thank you, my fellow goddess Ame, and all the audience today who believed in me. Thank you all.
Patty, I love you, but like you gotta stop implying that you're associated with ISIS. Like, seriously. Anyway, y'all, thank you for today. And tune in next time for Make You Great Again!
You've done something that you regret, or maybe came bad after your death. No matter how unseen or how made, we'll make you great again with Amechan.
Hey y'all! Thank you again for watching me. And this is an actual advertisement, so I think it's the only real one here. But anyway, if you enjoyed seeing me, I'm going to make another performance appearance in a workshop performance by Theater Mangekyo. That's THEATRE for my American friends, and MANGEKYO. The performance is going to be in July. It's going to be from the 15th to the 18th. I think it's from a Thursday to a Sunday. Yeah, that sounds about right. And if you can't jot down all of this detail right now, you can just go to Facebook and follow Theater Mangekyo on both Facebook and Instagram. Again, that's THEATRE Mangekyo. Thank you, y'all. Back to you, Chu Chu.
Thank you so much, Amechan. Hey, it was great
Wow.
to see that series ending on a high note.
It really was. We love a success story. Well, here we are nearing the end, but of course, we cannot end a show without giving our audiences what they really want. The insights and advice of your agony ants.
Of course, and there's one hot topic that we have to talk about today, the Olympics. They happen only once every 5 years. And for most participants and spectators, they are a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And as your experts who have never
Winter Olympics, I've attended each of the summer and winter games. But the latest news from Japan is saying that even die-hard fans such as myself are barred from attending. This is ludicrous. This is a free free country, and I've got the right to go wherever I want. I pay good money for this. How do I get around these unnecessary restrictions?
Oh, well, he isn't a happy chappy, is he, Auntie Sword?
Oh, well, Joe, as we know, there are secret routes in and out of Tokyo.
Hidden routes, not quite legal routes.
Well, I mean, it is somewhat shady, but I wouldn't go so far as to say not legal.
What? No, I'm pretty sure no one could legally get away with this.
Okay, right. So the first thing you need to do is shell out $350 for a quick weekend TEFL certificate.
Or for that same amount, you could just buy a huge musical instrument case, you know, something about this size.
Okay, sure. Then contact a few companies in Japan that supply English teachers to the local schools. They are everywhere, all with websites promising deals that are just too good to be true.
Or you could just contact a few different music recording artists who've been hired to perform at the Olympics. Some of them might be bringing some pretty big audio equipment into the country with them.
Okay, then all you need to do is sign your soul away for shit benefits, unlivable wages, a somewhat predatory working contract with no evenings and weekends off, and boom, you've got yourself a visa to come in the country.
Or you could just fit yourself inside the extra large music case, disguise yourself as audio equipment that's too large to possibly fit through the X-ray machine at Istanbul airport, spend 12 agonizing hours in the luggage bay of the aeroplane, and boom, you've made it to Japan. It's a method known as the reverse Carlos Ghosn.
Okay, that sounds excruciating.
Oh, yeah, every year I feel so sorry for those poor ALTs.
No, I meant stuffing yourself in a suitcase for hours.
What are you talking about? It's a cargo-cation.
Oh, yes, anything can be a holiday when you put cation on the end of it.
That's right. Now, for our third and final letter.
Oh, I don't think we have any more letters.
Oh, well, what about this one?
Oh, that's nothing except recycling. Collected between 4:32 and 5:06 a.m. on every third Wednesday in the year of rat, rabbit, or goat.
No, it's another letter asking for help. And anyway, it's snake, dog, or ram year for paper recycling. You know. Now let's have a look at this. It says, I am moving to London from Nagoya soon, and I'm a bit worried if I will adjust to life there because British people are really weird. I have this one British friend who has 20 different kinds of tea in her home at any one time, but loudly proclaims Yorkshire tea to be the only proper type of tea. And she thinks that Blackpool is actually a nice seaside beach vacation. And she can't even use the word
gynecologist.
Right, gynecologist, without stuttering and blushing uncontrollably, much less ever goes to see one.
Oh, I wonder who sent that in.
Well, if you think that Blackpool was weird, you just wait till you're tucking into your jellied eels and dancing knees up Mother Brown, with some pearly queens and Count Binface in London.
Okay, you just made all of that up.
No, those are genuine London things. Anyway, I do actually have some pearls of wisdom to share with you, Auntie Sword. So now I'd like to invite to the screen 4 of my fellow British citizens to help me. So if you could just take a little seat over there, just for one moment, dear.
Okay.
Yes. So I'd like to welcome to the stage my fellow Brits. Are you guys there? Fantastic.
Hey! Don't know what
Thank you
happened.
for joining us.
Thank
you.
Made it.
We needed to make sure we were covering all the regions, and now we're all here. I think we can commence. Okay, so we just wanted to share a little bit of advice for Sea Sword and Mr. Sword on moving to the UK. So first of all, you may be relieved to be returning to a country where you can use your native language. But please be aware of the many linguistic differences between proper English and whatever your stunted whining kind of version of it is. American.
Do avoid referring to fanny packs or your fanny in public. Frankly, avoid fanny packs altogether.
In English, it's a bum bag, and they remain a practical and popular fashion item in some counties.
In British schools, it is perfectly acceptable for children to use rubbers in the classroom. which may come as a shock, but yes. Even well-behaved British school children make mistakes sometimes.
And you don't need to say English muffin, or it's just a muffin. If you're going to put salmon and a poached egg on it, we know which one you mean.
Oh, be aware, a fag is a cigarette, or some kind of slave if you're a public school posh boy.
And bum means you're behind, or it can mean to borrow or beg something.
So if you're amongst smokers, can I bum a fag is a perfectly acceptable question.
Indeed, smoking fags is merely an antisocial pastime when no one gets shot.
And for goodness sake, don't go around telling everyone you meet, I'm British, just because you've got like one British great auntie or something.
We
don't
care. You got out.
And definitely don't tell us that you're Irish. That's not even this country.
Now, you do need to settle into the British working environment. For God's sake, don't be working too hard, making everyone else look bad. No one likes a lackey bootlicker.
Bring in cakes on your birthday.
Or for national holidays.
Other people's birthdays.
Or if you have any significant life event.
Or when other people have significant life events.
Fridays.
Wednesdays.
Generally, just ensure there's always an endless supply of cakes and tea and biscuits in the office.
You've also got to know when it's your round, whether it's your turn to make tea in the office or to get drinks in at the pub. Brits have an inbuilt sense of order and fair play, so we always instinctively know whose turn it is.
Oh, and whatever you do, don't ever make your tea in the microwave. Ooh, sacrilege.
Talking of the pub, your beer will be served as is. Don't ever ask for a cold one or a slice of lime in it.
You're not from round here, are you?
And if you're dining out, learn to use your bloody knife and fork properly.
You don't need to tip. No, Brits don't want you to feel obliged to be nice to you. Remember, if a Brit is really super nice to you, probably means they hate you.
And if a Brit slags you off all the time, it probably means you're the best mate, you daft cow.
You've also got to enjoy the social and cultural customs of Britain. I mean, we do have some. For example, always cheer when someone breaks a glass at the pub.
Hey!
Join in the village Morris dancing on May Day. And of course, around Christmas, pantomimes are an important part of our culture.
No, they're not.
Oh
yes, they are. However, you've spent time in Japan, so that might help you to adjust to life in the UK. After all, our two nations have many things in common, such as
queuing,
making small talk about the weather,
smiling to your face whilst muttering complaints under your breath,
being an isolated island nation with a healthy wariness of foreigners.
Yes, so you might feel quite at home at first, but please don't think that means you can leave your door unlocked, or leave your bicycle unchained, or leave your half-eaten sandwich in the fridge at work.
And shoes off in the house is entirely the preference of the householder.
Just like in Japan, the weather can be variable and there's always a chance of rain, but there's no such thing as bad weather, only the wrong clothing.
Oh, and don't go using an umbrella. You just look like a wuss. Grin and bear it.
And taking out your rubbish isn't quite as complicated as in Japan, but do make sure you know which day your wheelie bin goes out, and don't commit the cardinal social sin of putting your rubbish in someone else's bin.
That's how wars get started.
Also, like Japan, we're fond of a nice cup of tea. We do have quite a ceremony around it, so you should always have your best teapot for guests, and then, just your everyday one.
Well, I just throw the bag in the mug.
Oh, and you should have one tea bag per person, plus one extra for the pot.
No, I just reuse mine sometimes.
Oh, let it brew for 5 minutes.
Only 5? Why would you ever take it out?
Then you throw it in the pan with a lot of milk and spices.
No. You put milk in the jug so the guests can just add it according to their tastes.
Oh, I just put the milk in the mug first.
Milk first, you animal.
No, I mean, if you put the milk in first, then you know the
It's always like
tongs for the
you might want a little bit like it's just.
Anyway, I mean, okay. Perhaps there's no standardized way of making a cup of tea, then, is there?
Well, actually, there is the official ISO 3103 standard for brewing tea. To do that, you brew 2 grams of tea leaves in 310 milliliters of local standard boiling water and 5 milliliters of milk at 60 degrees Celsius for exactly 6 minutes in a white porcelain pot.
White porcelain pot? You're making tea in your toilet now?
Yes,
anyway.
I am.
Well, that's your method. Anyway, that's the engineer speaking. Come on, calm down, chaps. We'll have to agree to disagree. But, Seasword, as you travel around the greasy spoon cafes of Britain, you might hear a variety of vocabulary as you enjoy your bacon sarnie.
Bat.
Butty.
Roll.
Cob.
Batch.
Softy.
Yes, and for afternoon tea, how about tea and scones? But don't forget, cream first and then the jam on top.
What? It's always jam first. And what the hell is a scone? It's a scone, you posh fucking...
Don't forget, when you visit the chippy, you always get some scraps.
Crunchy bits.
With your fish and chips.
Basically, anything to do with food changes every 30 minutes down the road.
And we all basically hate...
We all basically hate each other, yeah.
Yeah. But, Leeds and Manchester will unite against the South.
The Scots all hate the English equally.
But we will all join together in mocking our natural enemy, the French.
Wait, are we not forgetting someone, Boyo?
No, I think we're all good.
Yeah.
Anyway, Seasword is moving to London.
Ooh. I hear the streets are paved with gold.
Ooh. And chewing gum.
Ooh, wait. I hear the buses there run all night.
Ooh. I hear they have Japanese restaurants.
Wow. You know what? I've heard that they have 4G.
Wow.
4G?
I heard they have escalators.
What?
I hear they have indoor lavatories.
Wow.
What?
I used to dream of an indoor lavatory.
I used to dream of lavatories.
Be careful in London, though. It's much bigger than Nagoya.
It's even bigger than Bradford and Huddersfield put together.
Ooh.
It's easy to get lost there.
And the taxi drivers are supposed to know every street off by heart, but they'll still drive you around and around in circles whilst telling you what that shop used to be 10 years ago and what that used to be 10 years ago.
Be sure to ask the 2 standard taxi driver conversation questions. Number 1.
Been busy?
Number 2.
Time yonto?
Tell you what, I don't fancy London prices though. Paid 14 quid for a cocktail last time I was there.
Oh, and school teaching is a notoriously underappreciated profession in the UK. So I imagine you'll be sharing a dormitory with 25 Romanian immigrants.
And working a night job in a marijuana farm to pay for your artisan coffees.
Don't forget to keep your wits about you. I'm afraid there's a wee bit more crime than here in Nagoya.
Yeah, if you walk home late at night.
You might get stabbed.